This is one for the Hawks. If you were thinking the Fed might not raise rates, 339,000 jobs created during the month. The prior month was at 253 unrounded. We'll see, or unrevised. We'll see what that looks like in just a moment. The unemployment rate, though, does jump up to 3.7% from 3.4%. So there's a good question for Randy: is which one is the Fed going to look at more closely? Average hourly earnings come in at exactly what was expected, a 0.3 rise. The year-over-year only goes to 4.3%. That is a tick lower than the Fed had expected and consensus had expected. Average weekly hours, 34.3. That is down a little bit from the prior month. And the labor force participation rate doesn't change, 62.6. Total revisions, a plus 93. I'll get you the breakdown of what months those came from. But again, the big number, 339,000. And if you're the Fed and you're thinking that the labor market is going to slow down, you're going to be disappointed in that number.
You've had a bit more time to pore through this one. I think a lot of people might have the same question. Well, hang on a minute, Mike. The headline number's massive. What's happening with unemployment? What's happening with wage growth?
Taking a look at the unemployment rate, the number of unemployed rose by 440,000. The number of employed fell by 310,000. And the labor force grew only by 130,000. So this is definitely a story of more people losing jobs than getting jobs, which is kind of a different story from what we had seen in the unemployment rate over the past couple of months. We do have that gigantic job creation number, and a lot of that is, according to the BLS, is in professional and business services, 64,000 jobs. And that was an area that the Fed and others had been looking at because when you start to see hiring slow down, it's usually in the temporary help services, and those had been slowing down, but now we get a rebound there. Government employment up 56,000 in May, so that was a big contributor. And as usual, healthcare and leisure and hospitality are adding a lot to the level. Construction, interestingly enough, 25,000 jobs, which we had seen in the JOLTS report this week, that there were a lot of open jobs in construction, and we're still seeing home builders putting together a lot of work. So it looks at this point, manufacturing, by the way, lost 2,000 jobs, but it looks at this point like still strong job creation, but we're seeing some of the numbers in terms of household tick up.